Hi, this is Delia from loseweightandnighty.com. This is the blog where you'll find great tips on how to increase your metabolism, information on great workouts, and also tips on how to lose weight, and most importantly, how to keep the weight off. Today, Cavitt is going to show us how to do a workout in the privacy of your own home with resistance bands. So here's
Cavitt Fowler.
Cavitt.
I'm a fitness instructor, NASM certified as a performance enhancement specialist. And like Delia said, today we're going to go through a little circuit training, one of my favorites. There are many different types of circuit, different type of exercises you could do in a circuit. Today we're going to focus with the bands and just our own body weight. Just a couple things to think about when we do a circuit. With a circuit, you want to do about 8 to 10 exercises for about 12 to 15 repetitions, depending on how your body responds to it. In between the exercises, you want to give yourself a little bit of a rest period, about 30 seconds, no more than 60 seconds. And today, actually, we're going to do a little something fun for our rest period instead of just standing around like you see most people doing when they're resting. After each circuit, we rest usually about 2 to 3 minutes, which is standard, which I recommend. And then after that, it's up to you. If you want to go through the circuit 2 more times or 3 more times, it's completely up to you. But really, you want to do anywhere from 1 to 3 circuits, about 2 to 4 times a week. Making sure that you use a nice medium to fast tempo, preferably medium tempo, just so you can get good work through the full range of motion. Like any exercise or any nutrition program, I highly recommend that you consult a physician or someone that you're seeing right now, just to get a recommendation and make sure that you're healthy to perform some of these exercises. They're fairly easy, but it's always good to get an opinion if you're not quite sure. So let's get started. The 2 different types of bands we're going to be using today is we have the tubing, and then we also have what we call a band here. And some people have this tubing, some people have just a regular flat band. Either one works great. They both will give you a good resistance during your exercises, okay? So the first exercise we're going to do is we're going to do an exercise for our legs, and it's called the squat, okay? So using the band or the tubing, okay, you're going to place your feet in the middle of the band, about hip width apart, okay? Getting a nice firm grip at the ends of the band. Okay? You're going to stand up tall, bring your hands up to your chest. Once your hands up to your chest, then we're going to move our feet out a little bit wider, about shoulder width apart. And then from this position, we're going to go ahead and start with our exercise. So we're bending at the knees and the hip, driving through your heels, standing back up. Okay? And as I said earlier, we're going to do about 12 to 15 of these. With this exercise, really making sure that you keep your shoulders back, you keep your head up, your toes are pointed forward, your knees staying over your toes. Good. And then relax. Okay? So again, between exercises, you want to give yourself a good 30 seconds. Okay, so there's 2 things you can do. You can just march in place, getting your knees up nice and high. Okay, and this is just to keep your heart rate up. With circuit training, it's about working your muscular endurance, your strength endurance. So while you're getting a strength benefit from the weights or from the resistance, you're also getting a cardiovascular benefit by going quickly from exercise to exercise. So instead of taking a 30-minute break of just standing around or just waiting for your next exercise, you could just do some high knees. Or for those of you who feel confident or you feel strong in your joints and your knees and your hips, you can actually do jumping jacks for 30 minutes. And this, unlike the high knees, will get your heart rate up a little bit higher. Okay? So our 30 seconds are up. Next exercise we're going to do is we're going to do a row. So you're going to place your foot, one of your feet, left or your right foot, okay, in front of you. This band is a little loose, so we'll go ahead and try it. We'll go ahead and use this one. Okay. So one of your feet is forward, the other foot is back. Okay. You're gonna bend at the waist, okay, keeping your shoulders pinched together, and you're gonna row up. pinching your shoulder blades, getting a good squeeze in your back muscles. For 12 to 15 repetitions. And then again, once you're done, we're doing high knees. High knees. It looks like I'm looking in the background. We have a little escapee. One of our exercise balls actually is running down the street on us over there. So we may have to go get that in. Is a push-up, okay? People hear the word push-up, it's really intimidating, but like all exercises, there's a progression, which means you can make it harder, or there's a regression, which you can make it a little bit easier, okay? So for the push-up, everybody knows a standard push-up. On your hands, on your toes, coming down, letting your chest hit the ground, or to where your triceps are parallel, and driving back up. Okay? But for this circuit, we're gonna do the standard knee push-up. Okay, and there's different ways you can do the knee push-up, and I'll show you the first way. Okay, the first thing you want to do, okay, is you want to get on your hands and knees, and you want to bring your hands so that they're a little slightly forward of your shoulders. Okay, and you'll see why in a second. Once you're in this position, you're gonna lower your hips down so that your shoulders kind of come right almost over your hands there. So you form a nice ramp, a nice almost maybe 45-degree angle in your torso. From this position, it's just like the normal push-up. You're bending at your elbows, okay, coming down as far as you can, and pressing back up. Bending at the elbows, and pressing back up, okay? To make that one a little easier, all you need to do is come back almost towards the starting position. So you're not quite at 45-degree angles. You're flexing at the hip a little bit more, and that way that takes a little bit more pressure off your arms so you can complete the push-up. Okay? And like with all the exercises, really challenge yourself. You may have to start with the knee push-up to where you're a little bit more upright, like the starting position here, or you may start here. But even if you do start at this position, really challenge yourself to first try to next, after you've mastered that, to really get your torso pointed at 45-degree angles, getting your hips down, and really trying it this way, okay? And again, with these, you want to do anywhere from 12 to 10 repetitions, but I know the complexity and the toughness of the push-up sometimes. So for starting out, you just want to do as many as you can. If it's only 3, that's fine. But next time you do it, try to go for a 4. And then the next time, try to go for 5. And just set a goal for yourself for each time, for every time you do a push-up.